Welcome to a journey into the core principles of operative occultism, as explored by Manly P. Hall. Occultism, often shrouded in mystery, is not merely about hidden rituals or secret societies. At its heart, it is a profound system of ethical, philosophical, and spiritual development. In this video, we will unravel the foundational ideas that have guided mystery schools throughout history, examining the requirements, disciplines, and transformative processes that lead to spiritual awakening. Whether you are a curious seeker or a dedicated student, this exploration will provide clarity and inspiration for your own path. One of the most captivating symbols in occult philosophy is the third eye. This concept refers to the awakening of higher perception, often linked to the pineal gland and pituitary body. The process is depicted as a rising kundalini fire, illuminating the mind and forming a halo of spiritual light. The third eye is not just a mystical organ, but a metaphor for spiritual insight and enlightenment. As the golden light expands, it signifies the growth of consciousness, culminating in a radiant aura. This awakening is the true cause of spiritual illumination and is central to many esoteric traditions. Mystery schools have existed across ages as guardians of divine arts and sciences. Their purpose was not to reveal, but to conceal sacred knowledge, sharing it only with those deemed worthy. These institutions required rigorous preparation from candidates, demanding not only intellectual growth but also moral and philosophical excellence. The journey toward initiation was seen as a gradual ascent, where one must rise to the level of the immortals, the enlightened men and women who formed the core of these secret societies. The first requirement for any candidate is an appreciation for education. While spiritual growth is possible for the unlearned, ignorance slows ethical progress. Mystery schools insisted on a foundation in the material arts and sciences, seeing them as reflections of secret wisdom. Knowledge in mathematics, music, and astronomy was essential, as these disciplines disciplined the mind and prepared it for higher understanding. The more complete the candidate's abilities, the more useful they become in service to humanity. Continuity is a vital trait for spiritual progress. Many people begin numerous endeavors but fail to complete them, scattering their mental energy. True achievement, both material and spiritual, requires the ability to finish what one starts. Mystery schools demanded that candidates develop this power of continuity, as only those who persist year after year, unwavering in their purpose, are considered worthy of entering the temple of immortality. A candidate must recognize their debt to society. Spiritual development cannot come at the expense of neglecting everyday responsibilities. Each person has obligations in the material world, and these must be fulfilled before one can hope to achieve true spirituality. Facing and solving life's problems builds character, and only those who handle daily duties effectively are prepared for higher spiritual work. Motivation is at the core of occult study. Most motives, even those that seem selfless, are often rooted in personal gain. Only those who approach occultism with the highest, most selfless intentions can hope to succeed. The true adept seeks to serve the universal self, not to gain power or recognition. History shows that those who pursued occult knowledge for personal benefit often faced suffering or downfall. Occultism is not about acquiring psychic powers or performing miracles. The true path is ethical and scientific, not sensational. Premature development of psychic abilities can be dangerous, leading to confusion or even harm. The only psychic faculty that should be welcomed is clear knowing, a form of mental clarity and intuition that arises naturally from inner growth. All other phenomena are distractions from the real work of self-mastery. As knowledge increases, so does responsibility. Those who teach or share occult wisdom must be mindful of how others use this knowledge. The misuse of spiritual power can have serious consequences both for the teacher and the student. True teachers speak only for themselves, never claiming authority unless explicitly authorized. The law of occultism is clear: to receive one must give, and with each lesson shared, personal accountability grows. A constructive mental attitude is essential for spiritual progress. Complaining or self-pity are forms of egoism that block growth. Instead, candidates must cultivate faith in natural justice and maintain a positive outlook, seeing every challenge as an opportunity for growth. Humor and resilience are as important as seriousness and discipline on the spiritual path. These 7 cardinal requirements: education, continuity, duty, motive, avoidance of psychic distractions, responsibility, and constructive attitude, form the ethical foundation of occultism. Without mastering these, further progress is impossible. Most failures in mysticism arise from neglecting these basics. Only when the foundation is strong can one safely pursue deeper esoteric practices. Selecting the right teacher or institution is crucial. In Eastern traditions, the relationship between guru and disciple is sacred, fostering spiritual growth through close guidance. The adept's aura supports the student, and only a few are chosen for deeper esoteric instruction. True teachers are those who have themselves been initiated and who live according to the highest laws of achievement. Spiritual growth is a slow process, often taking decades. Even in cultures steeped in philosophy, years of preparation are required before beginning advanced practices. The teacher, not the student, determines when one is ready to progress. This period of trial and adjustment ensures that the candidate's life, mind, and body are fully dedicated to the work ahead. Candidates must maintain silence regarding any esoteric secrets revealed to them. While theoretical knowledge can be shared with the worthy, operational secrets are to be kept strictly private. Revealing these mysteries to the unprepared is considered a grave error, as such knowledge can be misused and bring harm to both the individual and the collective. The line between white and black magic is thin. Both use the same forces, but the motive distinguishes them. Selfless intent protects against black magic, while selfishness opens the door to harm. Many well-meaning individuals unwittingly become instruments of negativity due to lack of understanding. Vigilance and self-control are essential safeguards on the path. Occult secrets must never be commercialized. While teachers of philosophy may accept modest compensation, the operational mysteries of occultism have no price. Attempting to buy or sell these secrets is a profound violation of spiritual law. True wisdom is earned through merit, not purchased with money. Balance is a central ideal in occult training. One virtue alone does not make a saint. The heart, mind, and body must develop in harmony. Overemphasis on intellect leads to cold rationality, while unchecked emotion breeds fanaticism. Only when all aspects are integrated does the spiritual philosopher emerge. The human body is said to contain 7 major chakras, or energy centers, aligned along the spine. Each chakra is associated with specific qualities, senses, and spiritual powers. The awakening of these centers, particularly through practices like yoga and pranayama, is central to Eastern occultism. However, such practices must be approached with caution and under proper guidance, as premature awakening can be dangerous. The chakras are depicted as lotus flowers with varying numbers of petals, each corresponding to different spiritual attributes. The central channel, Sushumna, is flanked by Ida and Pingala, representing the dual currents of energy. Kundalini, the serpent power, lies dormant at the base of the spine and rises through these channels, awakening higher consciousness. The process is intricate and must be undertaken with great care. Yoga, as taught in the mystery schools, is a disciplined path of self-mastery. It consists of 8 steps: yama, ethical restraints; niyama, self-discipline; asana, posture; pranayama, breath control; pratyahara, withdrawal of senses; dharana, concentration; dhyana, meditation; and samadhi, union with the divine. Each step builds upon the last, guiding the seeker toward ultimate spiritual realization. The first step, yama, involves strict control over one's thoughts, words, and actions. It requires nonviolence, truthfulness, honesty, non-covetousness, and non-attachment. Only by mastering these can the seeker begin the journey toward liberation. Yama is about living in harmony with all beings and cultivating inner peace. Niyama, the second step, is even more demanding. It calls for complete self-control, purity of mind and body, contentment, study of sacred texts, and surrender to the divine. The seeker must conserve energy, speak only when necessary, and dedicate all actions to a higher purpose. Only through such discipline can true spiritual progress be made. Asana, or posture, is the art of controlling the body through specific positions. Mastery of asana leads to control over the muscles and nerves, allowing the mind to direct every part of the body at will. This physical discipline is believed to extend life and prepare the body for higher spiritual work. Pranayama is the science of controlling the vital force, or prana, primarily through breath. By mastering breath, the seeker can influence the flow of energy in the body, aiding in the awakening of Kundalini. However, these practices are advanced and should only be attempted under proper guidance, as improper use can be harmful. Pratyahara is the withdrawal of the mind from the distractions of the senses. The mind must be trained to focus only when and where directed, free from the influence of desires and passions. This step is essential for developing true concentration and impartial thinking. Dharana is the practice of focusing the mind on a single point, holding attention steady without wavering. This intense concentration enables the seeker to direct awareness to any part of the body or any subject, laying the groundwork for deeper meditation. Dhyana is the state of sustained meditation where the mind flows steadily toward the object of contemplation. In this state, the seeker gains insight into the true nature of reality, moving closer to self-realization and spiritual union. Samadhi is the culmination of the yogic path where the mind transcends individuality and merges with the universal self. In this state, the seeker experiences a profound sense of unity and brings back a new perspective to everyday life. Samadhi is the ultimate goal of spiritual practice. The cross is one of the most universal religious symbols found in cultures across the world. It represents the union of opposites, the intersection of the material and spiritual, and the foundation of all esoteric traditions. The cross is not exclusive to Christianity. It is a symbol of life, rebirth, and the integration of all elements within the human being. The synthetic symbolic cross, designed by Manly P. Hall, combines emblems from various mystery schools into a harmonious pattern. It signifies the unity of all religious and philosophical doctrines, representing the ideal of universal brotherhood. The cross is surrounded by a zodiac and rays of spiritual light, each element rich in esoteric meaning. Symbols are essential tools for expressing abstract spiritual truths. From ancient times, humans have used images, stories, and rituals to represent invisible principles. Whether through art, myth, or sacred geometry, these symbols help us grasp the unity behind the diversity of life. They serve as bridges between the seen and unseen worlds. Religious art, from statues to paintings, is a language of attributes and symbols. Artists have developed intricate systems to convey levels of sanctity and divine qualities. These images are not worshipped as objects, but as representations of higher realities, helping believers connect with the sacred. Mythologies across cultures tell stories of gods, heroes, and cosmic events. These tales are not literal but symbolic narratives that encode spiritual truths. They explain the mysteries of life, death, and rebirth and provide models for personal transformation. Through myth, the collective wisdom of humanity is preserved and transmitted. The family is a powerful symbol in spiritual traditions, representing the unity and continuity of life. In many cultures, the mother is revered as the guardian of the tribe and the source of fertility. The family structure mirrors the cosmic order, with parental figures symbolizing creative and nurturing forces in the universe. Virtues such as mercy, justice, and wisdom are often personified as deities or legendary figures. This makes abstract qualities more relatable and easier to understand. Through stories and images, these virtues become living examples, inspiring individuals to embody them in daily life. Heroes in mythology serve as intermediaries between humanity and the divine. Figures like Hercules, Horus, and others are mortals elevated to near-divine status through their virtues and deeds. They act as guides and protectors, showing that greatness is attainable through effort and integrity. Ancient traditions, such as those in Egypt, envision the afterlife as a realm of justice and reward. The soul was judged according to its deeds, and those who lived honorably enjoyed peace and fulfillment. This belief reinforced the importance of ethical living and personal responsibility. Modern society has largely lost touch with the rich world of symbols and myths. The focus on materialism and rationality has overshadowed the beauty and meaning found in spiritual traditions. Yet the universe remains a place of wonder, love, and interconnectedness, waiting to be rediscovered. To restore balance, we must rekindle our appreciation for beauty, dignity, and spiritual ideals. Faith in a divinely guided universe brings hope and resilience. By embracing the lessons of the past and the wisdom of symbols, we can create a more harmonious and meaningful life. The journey of operative occultism is ultimately a path of self-mastery. It requires dedication, discipline, and a willingness to sacrifice lower desires for higher goals. Through ethical living, balanced development, and the guidance of true teachers, the seeker gradually awakens to their divine potential. Occultism teaches that all religious and philosophical traditions ultimately point to the same truths. By integrating the wisdom of East and West, ancient and modern, we can form a more complete understanding of ourselves and the universe. This synthesis is symbolized by the synthetic cross, uniting all paths in a single harmonious vision. The principles of operative occultism are not just theoretical, they are meant to be lived. By applying these teachings in daily life, we cultivate virtues, overcome challenges, and contribute to the greater good. The true test of spiritual progress is not in mystical experiences, but in the quality of our actions and relationships. Sacrifice is a recurring theme in occult philosophy. True progress requires letting go of lower desires and dedicating oneself to service. The willingness to sacrifice comfort, ego, and even personal ambitions is what distinguishes the genuine seeker from the merely curious. The ultimate promise of operative occultism is transformation of mind, body, and spirit. Through persistent effort, self-examination, and adherence to ethical principles, the seeker is gradually reborn into a higher state of being. This transformation is the true goal of all esoteric traditions. As we conclude this exploration, remember that the mystery of life is ever present, waiting to be discovered anew by each generation. The teachings of operative occultism invite us to look beyond appearances, to seek unity in diversity, and to live with purpose and compassion. The journey is ongoing, and each step brings us closer to the realization of our highest potential.